It was just past noon in Tsavo National Park, Kenya. The sun was unforgiving, the kind of heat that makes the ground shimmer and the air hard to breathe. A routine supply convoy was making its way back from the southern boundary. Just another drive through the bush, until it wasn't. Suddenly the lead vehicle slammed on its brakes. In the middle of the dusty trail stood an elephant calf, alone, small, silent, still. The team honked. Nothing. Shouted. Still nothing. Flashed their lights. The calf didn't budge. At first, they assumed she was separated from her herd. It happens sometimes. Calves wander off, panic, freeze up. But this one wasn't panicking. She wasn't pacing. She wasn't even blinking much. She was standing with purpose. Joseph Mwania, a veteran ranger with more than 10 years in Tsavo, was the first to act. He stepped out of the jeep, boots crunching against dry gravel. He moved slowly, deliberately. Hands low, body calm. The calf watched him, her eyes wide and alert. But still, she didn't move. Joseph noticed something. Her trunk kept drifting down toward the same spot between her front feet. Over and over. Curious, he crouched beside her. The dirt beneath was soft, disturbed. Joseph leaned closer. Then, a sound. So faint it could have been the wind, but it wasn't. It was coming from underground. A soft, choked gasp, like someone struggling to breathe beneath layers of dirt and brush. Joseph's heart dropped. He jumped back to his feet and called to his team, "There's another one under here." They sprang into action, grabbing shovels, ropes, anything they had. The standing calf refused to move. She trumpeted in protest as they gently pushed her back. She was resisting, but not out of fear. She was protecting someone. As the rangers dug, reality hit harder with every scoop of dry soil. There, buried in a collapsed hole, was a second calf. Smaller, weaker, barely conscious. It was a poacher's pit. Years ago, illegal hunters dug traps like these near watering holes to snare unsuspecting animals. Most had been sealed long ago, but this one had been missed. The calf had likely fallen in during the night, alone, unseen, and its sibling. She hadn't followed the herd. She didn't leave to find help. She stayed. Not for hours, but for who knows how long, all night, all morning, through heat, through hunger, waiting, watching, guarding. She didn't cry for help. She didn't run for cover. She stood over that hidden grave because somehow she believed help would come. And now, it finally had. The rangers worked as fast as they could. The trapped calf was alive, but fading. Cuts lined her legs. Her body was scraped and bleeding from trying to claw her way out. Above the pit, her sibling paced, back and forth, letting out soft, low rumbles, as if whispering, "Don't give up. I'm still here." They wrapped thick rescue straps beneath the calf's muddy body. The pulley truck roared into action. Ropes stretched. Dust flew. One final heave. And the calf emerged, caked in soil, eyes blinking in the sun. She lay motionless for a moment, then lifted her head. In an instant, the older calf rushed in. They touched trunks, held them together, pressed their heads as close as possible. Neither made a sound, but you could feel what they were saying. The rangers, breathless and sweating, just stood there, silent. They had seen injuries before, rescues, chaos. But this was something else. This was family. Both calves were transported to the Tsavo Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. The younger one, fragile and injured, was treated for dehydration and shock. The older sister, she never left her side, not once, during transport, during the vet check, during recovery. Even in the enclosure, they lay pressed together, like they were still in that pit, side by side, refusing to separate. Joseph, the ranger who first found them, gave them names. Tumaini, hope, for the one who fell,
and Subira patience for the one who stayed. Weeks passed. Tumaini began to heal. Subira remained her shadow, even when the staff tried to separate them for feeding or treatment. And then came the day everyone had waited for. The gates to the wild swung open. Tall grass swayed. The sun dipped low, casting golden light across the savannah. Tumaini and Subira stepped forward. They didn't run, they didn't trumpet. They simply walked, side by side, into freedom, their trunks intertwined like fingers holding hands. No music, no applause, just nature, just love. That day, as the sun set behind the Tsavo hills, Joseph sat alone at the ranger post. He stared across the plains where the calves had vanished, and he whispered to himself, "They're not just animals. They're guardians, survivors, sisters." Subira had done something most humans never could. She waited without knowing. She stayed without hope. She believed, even when she had no reason to. In the end, she was right.